All right. So eyes are closed or open. Take a little while just to arrive, so to speak. And if you need any cushions or blocks or blankets or whatever, it's just yeah, just go ahead and do that now. There's no rush to arrive. I'm gonna take time. We've got an hour together to really drop in, as it were. You can close your eyes if you like, or keep them open. It's totally up to you. I like to start these sessions with a little invitation for the body to just sense what's going on for itself. You might find there's a natural inclination for an exhale or two. You might want to just breathe that out through the mouth, have a sigh or a yawn. You don't have to stay rigidly still. If you feel like there's a bit of a desire for some fluidity, that's all good. Just enjoy that. So yeah, the Yocchini session, it is suggested, is just an embodied, playful expression that that complements a meaningless message of freedom that points out what is already, without any intention to do anything or go anywhere. Of course, these restorative exercises, in their own way, have that energy to help the nervous system to calm and relax, but it's not married up with that destination to go somewhere else. It's the simplicity of the body enjoying its its natural expression as it is already. Yeah. So as that happens, again, we can just check in with certain muscles around the eyes, the face. We're starting in a bit of stillness here, relatively speaking. And can you just see if there's any enjoyment of simply sitting quietly? It's not necessary, but it might just be the case that the body's quite happy just sitting here, listening to this voice. No need to go anywhere, no need to get on with anything. Just ease. It's a beautiful day here in usually overcast, cloudy Leicester. And this is a beautiful start to no-show digital retreat. Okay. And maybe there could just be a gentle invitation for the body to sense the tissues from the crown of the head and just imagine that all of that lovely energy that shimmers and sparkles around the body could just emigrate down to the hips, the sit bones, and the feet. A bit like a snow globe, when you shake it up, all of that energy is quite scattered, quite here, there, and everywhere. You could just imagine all of that debris and energy just making its way back down to the ground. Just enjoying that simplicity. Yeah. And before we start to explore different movements and mudras and whatever else, maybe as that energy sensually, perhaps imaginarily to some extent, migrates down the body, just imagine that that energy is checking in with every single micro and macro muscle on the way down. You could imagine, for example, the forehead and the temples, eyes, just relaxing gently, shoulders and the neck, any areas, common areas where there might be chronic tension, unnecessarily stuck or tight. You might find as you get down to the belly region, the abdomen, the gentle invitation for the breath to feel a little bit more abdominal in its nature. And feel a lovely, soothing tide of breath, perhaps, with each in breath and out breath. The belly just gently inflating and deflating like a balloon. Hips and pelvis too, open and relaxed. So, if we're ready to move around, you can start to explore your own fluid, improvisational, intuitive movements. Alternatively, if you want to remain still, that's equally fine. I'm going to invite us to try a mudra out of our own choosing and play with it. Mudras aren't just some fancy yogic exercise that, connect us to different chakras and stuff. They do all have certain neurological and physiological benefits. I'm going to do the Namaste Mudra. And what this is doing is it's stimulating the pressure points in the fingertips, and it's also stimulating the reflex points in the palms. And if that feels comfortable, then go for it. If you fancy something else like Chin Mudra or Garada or Lotus, there's loads of different mudras, as I'm sure you know. I'm going to stick with this one today, and this is quite nice because stimulating pressure points, reflex points as well, and it's bringing the left and right hemisphere of the body together through the hands. So if you could imagine that sometimes we're a little bit more analytical, so sometimes we're a little bit too, scattered or scatty or whatever. Like you can just imagine. It's just the mudra is that sort of bringing the feminine and the masculine, the left and the right hemispheres of the brain and the body together in the center. Just see what that might do, if anything at all. Again, doesn't matter if nothing's noticeably changing. Just feel what's going on there. Nice solid posture, and it's quite nice to just feel the palms touching anyway. There's a sensuality to that. Relax the shoulders if they're not already. Don't need to hold this for too long. You might press the thumbs into the breastbone, the sternum, another pressure point there, acupressure point. If you want to rock forwards or back or side to side, just go for it. No, you don't need anyone's permission. Okay. Fingers are spread all there together. Just again, no right or wrong answer. Hmm. Okay. Maybe we can explore a lateral stretch here. So if you like, we're gonna reach those hands in front and then extend them up to the ceiling. Lengthen spine, shoulders relaxed as possible. So just notice the tendency for the shoulders and the shoulder blades to get a bit tight here. See if we can relax them down towards the ground. And then maybe you can drop your right arm to the floor. So I think I'm doing your mirror image now. You're going to drop your right hand to the floor. And come over to the right side. I know that many of us have done this particular stretch loads of times before, but just imagine that you've never done it even once. Like it's brand new if you want. And there's several ways to do it. You can, as like me, you can bounce a little bit, or if you want to, if you feel like more stillness, you can just hang it still in one position. If you can get the elbow on the floor, then fine. If not, don't worry. Kind of want both hips to be even planted on the ground or the chair, whatever's supporting you. And then when you're ready, working way over to the other side. Left side, your left side. Nice, nice. That's it. It's got a lovely long stretch in the right side body, a nice squish in the left side. Really nice to breathe deeply as well when we do movements like this. Just encouraging that breath to open, supporting the respiratory system, getting fresh, oxygenated blood moving through different pathways. If you want, if you like this, we can do it again. You can have a break. You can come back to it if your arms are aching. You can just go straight into it again. Lateral stretch, really nice for the spinal cord as well as the internal organs. And again, don't feel like you have to copy me rigidly. If there's something else you like to do, like drop your little finger to the floor or rock, sway like a pendulum. If there's something you like to add to this, just go ahead. It's just about finding what feels nice. I love it when we just kind of go a bit improvisational. It's just the body enjoying the way of moving how it wants to move. Nice. That's it. A really nice stretch to do in the morning as well, especially if we're prone to lower back pain or tension or tightness, stiffness or aches in the lower back. Oh, all right. So maybe we can just do a little bit of a wave with the spine. So I'm going to invite you to move the spine whatever direction it wants to go. So you can try with circles, Sufi circles like that, or you can do a wave-like motion forwards and backwards, or you could stick to the lateral plane of movement and go side to side. Breath is just really keeps flowing effortlessly. Can sigh or yawn or blow as loudly as you like. With the movement and the sigh or the yawn or the blow, it's like they just go so well together. Yeah, play with it. Just make it up. That's it. I love it. I just love when we're invited to really go for it without a plan. No plan, just pure spontaneity. breathing. You could imagine that you're breathing into all of those muscles, those fibers, ligaments, tendons, tissue. Notice where your hands want to go, depending on if you're in a chair or on the ground. You would like to rest them on the knees or the lap or on the floor. Mm, okay. You might like to change the pace up or change the direction if you're going circular and change the direction, play around with different movement or something, and this will tell the brain and the nervous system something's altering here. Little messages traveling up and down the central nervous system. Okay. So if we haven't already, let's just get the three planes of movements in so that we've got the spine moving fluidly and flowingly, easily in all planes of movement. So you may have already done it, but if you haven't, we could explore a forward and back motion of your choice. So there's loads of options here. You can do the wave. This is a really nice one, especially in the morning if the body feels a little bit more tight or tense. It's kind of a forward fold, but it's a very gentle one. If you fancy something a little bit more dynamic, you can go into the full-blown Paschimottanasana. Even so, you might want to bend your knees for that. Hold on to the ankles or the shins, feet. You can do nice brush strokes on the legs. You could do rocking and rolling if you want. That's another nice option. It's just like a more fun and playful thing going on. You can give your knees a hug into the chest. Wherever you are, just enjoy. Enjoy. Ooh, whatever feels best for you. You can try all three of those options out. Aye. Just play with it. Play with it. Body is invited to play like a child. If you're doing any kind of forward fold, just enjoy the gentle stretching on the back, the lower, the thoracic, and the upper back. Breathe gently. Ah. Oh, that's it. Wherever you are. Very nice. This is a very nice one. Just having nice brush strokes up and down the legs. So it's sort of through the brush strokes. It's like if you're sitting in a chair, you can still do it. Obviously, if you are in a chair, you want the feet flat on the ground, knees at a right angle, legs and knees at a right angle. And you can brush up and down like you're rowing a boat gently down the stream. So it's lovely to do brush strokes. It's underrated, I think. It's a bit more of a less is more approach. Like the body is brushing itself like this. It's receiving sort of soothing tactile information, as well as getting a nice gentle stretch into the back body and a nice hinge from the hips, perhaps. Mm. You can even do it standing up. Mm. Okay. All right. Nice. Nice. Very nice. So we've done the lateral, we've done the forward and the back, and then next one is to go into a twist. So take your time, don't rush. No rush when transitioning from one exercise to another. Spinal twist is another plane of movement for the spinal cord. So you can do the usual thing where one hand is resting on the opposite knee, so it's crossing over the midline. This hand goes behind that same knee, looking over the shoulder gently like that. That's one variation. There are a few more, of course, where you can bring one foot over the uh, the other knee like this. Something a little bit more complex. If that's nice, you can. What you do here is if you do want to do that one, you hug your knee with the opposite arm. So if it's the right knee up, it's the left arm hugging it, and then coming into something like that. You can also extend that leg out in front. There's another option. So there's loads of variations for spinal twists. Loads. Some of them get really complicated. You start taking your elbow over there and then grabbing your foot and stuff. But you don't have to complicate this. It's quite simple. Whenever you're ready, wherever you are, and if you haven't already, you can switch sides in whatever variation that is. This one's really nice for the digestive system, apparently, as well as the spinal cord. Getting a nice stimulation by just gently squishing those abdominals, bringing the leg in. Shoulder relaxed, shoulders relaxed, neck relaxed. Easy. Okay. So just take your time wiggling out anything. If you want to do it again, you can, or just shake it out. Again, move the body around if it likes to. Yeah, that's nice. Mm. Okay. So let's do another mudra, shall we? If you're up for it, choose a different one. Lots of different options. There's Garuda, which is like kind of hugging in the pecs. It's like a crossing the thumbs and then spreading the fingers. You really press the thumbs in quite firmly here as well if you're able to, without straining anything. That's a nice one. Sort of has a stability to it. There's also chin, which is the first finger and thumb, stimulating those acupressure points whilst extending the other three fingers. There's open hands out. Oh, there's palms face down. There's also Dhyana Mudra, hands in the lap, thumbs connecting gently. Just, yeah, gentle invitation. We're dancing between stillness and movement. So it's nice to drop a mudra in every now and again. And we're doing fluid flow movements, and then we can just, it's nice to go drop into this kind of momentary stillness, as it were. Check in with the body, body checking in with body. Maybe just checking in and seeing what changes might have occurred since beginning. Not that there needs to be anything very dynamically different, all the same. Okay. So from stillness back to movement, I invite us to just flow different joints about a little bit. I'm going to start with the wrists. I haven't actually done this one before, not on one of the Yochini sessions, but this is a really nice activation for the wrists. So we just do a little spiral, and you might hear lots of clicking and clacking going on. Lots of clicks and clacks through the wrists, through the carpals. And you're just going to like kind of spiral each hand in and out. Nice, very nice. It's really nice. This is actually a qigong exercise, and I think they call it silk weaving or something like that. And the idea is that you're just lubricating the joints by gently flexing and extending. It's not a stretch. It's like gentle flowing activation. Really stretch through the fingers and the thumbs if you want. If it's quite intense and the body's not used to this, not done it before, you can always keep it just a little bit more gentle, a bit small. Nice. Flexing and extending through those fingers, the carpals, and the wrists as much as one is able, willing, and comfortable with. And if you haven't already, you can switch direction. Okay, a nice gentle movement through the elbows as well, of course. Your pace, your breath. And just feel inclined to introduce a little flow. Flows are usually done standing up, but why not? Opening the flow. Yeah. It's a nice, gentle, easy up and down motion. Eyes are open or closed again. Doesn't matter too much. Visual cortex isn't really required here, so can just kind of allow that visual perception to retreat a bit. Feel into the textures and sensations in the palms, fingertips. Maybe the spine gets a bit more involved as well if it wants to. It might find that the flow is waving up and down the spine. sometimes called Tai Chi opening, sometimes called opening the flow. I can't remember what Mr. Miyagi calls it. It's not wax on, wax off, is it? That's the round one. It always reminds me of him, though, of course. Brush up, brush down. Okay, all right. Maybe just enjoying a gentle pause, really sensing what's going on physiologically, mentally, emotionally. Eyes are open or closed here. It's just nice to take another micro pause, and you can do another mudra here if you're enjoying that. Hands wherever they want to be, facing down, facing up, in the lap, somewhere else. Nice, nice, very nice. Okay, so we're going to maybe work our way towards lying down on our tummy or our back. And we've still got lots of time, so we're just going to play. Yeah, maybe if you've got enough space for it, let's do some rocking and rolling again. And if that's suitable for you, if it isn't, then let's not. But yeah, I can just explore that lovely rocking motion one more time if you haven't yet done it, or if you already have done it, doesn't matter. Ah, yeah, gentle, gentle. Imagine each and every vertebrae soothed by the ground as each one makes contact. If your hands are underneath the knees or holding onto the hamstrings, just feel that as shoulders relax. Nice, everybody. Well done. If you are holding on the back of the legs, the calves or the hamstrings, you can also give them a little squeeze as well. Have a little massage there. See if any tension is in there built up. Mm, okay. Eventually, we're going to roll down and stay down. Yeah, that's it. So here you are. Take your own posture. I can speak as clearly as possible so that you don't have to look at the screen. So if you're comfortable just listening to my voice, you can close your eyes if you want. Knees are into the chest or they're out long. I'm just giving different suggestions here. So if you're enjoying that lovely soothing into the lower back in particular, you can hug those knees in. That's it. And just feel that gentle, easygoing, opening stretch on the around the sacrum, You can keep the knees still or you can move them around a little bit. Whatever feels most natural. You can move them side to side or circles. If you've got your knees into your chest still, we can just try gently tucking the chin in towards the chest, just to elongate the back of the neck. Shoulders relaxed, wherever you are. If you really like child's pose, you are most welcome to flip this posture upside down and go into that. Just transitioning smoothly there. That breath still vibrantly pervading the whole body. All right, so if you feel comfortable with the knees into the chest, you can try different things here. So again, a few options, just keeping it open. You can hug one knee in and one leg can stretch out across the floor and the mat. So you hug one knee in with the fingers interlaced over the shin. The other leg is out long in front of you. And you can play with alternating. That's one option. Fancy something a little bit more into the hips, you can take the knees in opposite circles. So you're holding onto one knee, both knees with both hands, and you're doing opposite circles. Or you can go into happy baby pose, taking outside edges, or the big toes, the hands, pressing the heels up towards the ceiling. Just choose a variation that works for you right now. You can change it up. Do this just for a little while. Wherever you are, enjoy it. It's just enjoying itself nicely. No wrong or right. No set outcome or goal. Just a playful, embodied celebration. Ah. So if you have run out of ideas, you want something new, then you can do this one. If you're enjoying where you are, just carry on with that. It's fine. But if you want something new, you can try extending and flexing through the knees. Just be very gentle on the lower back here, especially if we've had a history of lower back pain or sciatica or anything. We don't want to extend too much through the knees. And we don't want the hips to come off the ground either. You can just gently extend the legs up towards the ceiling and then gently knees can come back in and the heels towards the sit bones. You can hold on to the legs if you like, or they can just go solo. Noticing what the breath wants to do here. If you are extending and flexing, you can breathe in as the legs extend. Breathe out as the legs flex and relax. knees, I should say, specifically. Knees are extending and flexing. Easy. That's it. Okay. Maybe we can bring the knees just gently towards the chest again. And if you're up for it, can have a little bit of a massage on the calves and the hamstrings. I'm going to invite you to squeeze as firmly or gently as you like. Just get the thumbs and the fingers in there. Have a little squeeze of those fleshy muscles. So much going on there. Mm. Nice to just press gently without tensing up into the arms or the shoulders or the hands. But if you are quite good at getting the fingers into the hamstrings, for example, quite, yeah, just give it a good squeeze. Squeeze. Don't worry about trying to make anything relax or more open or whatever. It's just an opportunity for the body to connect with itself on a more deeper tactile. If you want to drop your feet to the floor, knees still bent here, you can give the quads a little massage as well, just squeezing the quads, those big fight and flight muscles. We give these muscles a bit of stimulation. This can help the body to also actually relax even more. That's it. That's it. Ah, okay. So from here, I might like to explore a supine spinal twist, which is either bringing the knees into the chest and dropping them down to one side, or keeping the feet firmly planted and then dropping the knees down to one side and the other. Whatever feels best, always about whatever is the most enjoyable. Nice supine, laying down, twist. You can switch from side to side if you want more fluidity and movement here. Or you can just drop the knees down one way, hang it there for a few breaths. Look in the other direction. Yeah. That's it. If you are dropping knees down one way and then the other, whether it's a seamless, continuous flow or more stillness, you'd happen to enjoy the sensation of the back of the head rolling from side to side. If you want to, you
if you've been doing the side to side flowing, maybe we could explore doing it as a hold it in 3 to 5 breaths on one side and then just to introduce a little bit more stillness as we move gradually towards that delicious Shavasana towards the end of the session. Three to five breaths on the side. Or find a different twist. There's also the other option, of course. If you want to, you can extend one leg out, bring one knee into the chest, and then bring that knee down to the opposite side of the body, crossing over the knee. It's another option. Okay. So maybe we can, if you want to do bridge pose, you can, if you know how to do that. And you want to finish off with a nice gentle inversion, that's cool. Alternatively, you can just go straight into Shavasana if the body's really ready for it. Totally fine either way. If you want to do bridge pose, you bring the feet towards the lower back, walking them closely. And the ankles are roughly, well, underneath the knees, and you're just going to lift the hips up. Gentle inversion to just allow that blood flow to gently change direction. You can have the hands resting on the hips, you can rest them by the sides, or you can interlace the fingers underneath the back, but just be careful if you have any shoulder ailments there, shoulder blade especially. Mm. And after holding that for several breaths, not holding the breath ideally, if you were doing that one, whenever you're ready. Exhale it down, upper, mid, lower back meets the ground again. And here we can introduce another mudra. So, if you're ready, you can extend one leg out and then the other. And so, again, it's the last mudra I invite us to do from movement into stillness. You can choose your own, it's totally optional. You can rest the arms by the sides in the traditional Shavasana where the hands are facing up in a kind of surrender pose. You can rest the palms facing down if you want more sense of grounding. Or you can rest the hands on a particular part of the body. I'm going to invite you, if you don't know or have much of a preference, to rest one hand on the belly and one hand on the heart and the chest area, but you don't have to. And after a minute or so, if it feels like it wants to just all relax out to the sides, then that's cool as well. Just gonna feel the hands pressed on the body somewhere. A bit like a blanket. Hand blanket. Shoulders are relaxed too. And can you feel the gentle tide-like motion of the torso as it breathes in and out. When you breathe in, ideally, the abdomen will gently rise into the hand very gently. As you exhale, belly will gently deflate again. On the other hand, perhaps resting on the sternum or the heart space. Eyes can close down, relaxing down. And if you're comfortable with this mudra, you can leave it like that for the rest of the duration of the relaxation. Or you can rest them somewhere else. You can rest them on the hips, open hands out, but even have the arms above the head if you like. Whatever, however. And if you're really ready to enjoy some total relaxation, you can get anything you need to amplify maximum comfort. If you have any blankets or pillows you might like to use, an eye pillow, something for behind the knees. Just getting whatever you need. Making any adjustments throughout the body so that it's not going to feel disturbed in any way. But enjoying. It can just be a gentle enjoying of how it is. Delicious, restful conclusion to this morning movement session for clarity and stillness, as well as creativity and fluidity. You can filter out my voice completely if you wish, or you can follow it like a song, never really going anywhere or reaching anywhere, rather just a simple expression of ease and relaxation. That's the invitation. Open invitation for the body to really enjoy bathing in stillness, simplicity, spaciousness, and silence. No work to be done, nothing required. It's the open spaciousness of what simply is. No obstacles, no progression, no direction, just openness. It's easy, so easy.
there are thoughts or feelings seeming to appear, it's all part of the show. Thoughts and feelings, sensations and emotions, vibration, it's all just the same, equally arising, appearing to arise. No problems, no solutions, just this. Very natural, very simple. Can the body just perhaps feel itself deepening even more into that blissful needlessness of simply being as it is, resting down into the earth. Hmm. And then maybe you could imagine that the energy of the body is allowed to just expand out. Just imagining. You could just imagine that the energy of the body is expanding out to fill up the entire room or place in which it's situated. Like you could feel the edges of the walls and feel the sounds in the distance. And then perhaps in that branching out and expanding out, it's just the body's natural, innate ability to start to very gently, gradually, and lovingly wake itself back up. No rush whatsoever. You can play with just fingers and toes if you like. Gentle movements. It's just giving itself that time to arrive, to re-emerge or resurface. Slowly, slowly, the body wakes itself back. You can stretch arms and legs. You can roll over to one side, curl up into a ball. You can rub the palms together if you want. If your eyes are still closed, rest them on the over the eyes. Take a gentle and deep breath in wherever you are. And there we are. Lovely beginning to the no-show virtual retreat. Hopefully a nice start to your day, wherever you are, whatever's going on. And thanks for hanging out with me. It's so beautiful to just hang out and play. Much love. Namaste. I'm going to